Hey, I just want to talk about Arkham Horror and my feelings on how the game's going for me, and see if anyone else agrees, and just have a little discussion about it. I ordered a core set, and unfortunately, it arrived after I left for work. I mean, when I say left for work, I don't mean I got in a car and went to work or jumped on a bus and travelled to my daily employment. I mean, I left the country where I live and came to work somewhere else for a while. And in the wisdom of the great god of Amazonia, it arrived the day after I left, which is a bit of a bummer. So anyway, I sort of resigned myself to the fact that, okay, I'm not going to get to play this game until I come back, whether that's going to be a month or 4 months or whatever. So what happened was I was in a local game shop here in Indonesia, and I saw the core set. And I remembered reading on Board Game Geek about people saying, oh, you need two core sets, it's better with 2 core sets, and some people were saying, oh, it's unplayable, or not unplayable, but so you definitely need 2 core sets, it's a must. So I thought, well, okay, fair enough. I will purchase this one, and then if I like the game, I can play it now with just the core set if I like it. I've already got a second core set anyway. If not, I can probably sell the other one when I get back. So I carried on my merry way, always good. Played through the starting campaign. Yeah, played through the starting campaign. Then, turns out my girlfriend was going to come to visit. So, I thought. So, I asked her, I'll tell you what, can you do me a favour? Can you bring the 2 decks of cards from the Arkham Horror that got delivered? Of course we, she said. Well, okay, not quite that, but yeah, that was the basic. That was the basic premise of what she said. So, can you also bring me 1 deck dungeon, exit the abandoned cabin, the game stacks thingies that I ordered, or at least 1 pack of them, and the the Fantasy Flight stands that I ordered, please. And she said yes, so all is good. So anyway, so then she turned up, I got 2 core sets, and I started playing, and to be honest, I wouldn't have said, in my opinion, it wasn't. It was better, for sure, because you've got the extra cards, you can, at least you've got some deck building ability, which you don't have with just 1 core set, because you're just stuck with what cards you have. And basically you have to use the entire set of each, what's the word? Skill set? Is that the word? Okay, from each of the decks. So basically with the 1 core set, you have to use, if you're, say for example, Roland, you use Guardian and what is it, Seeker cards? Is it Seeker? I think so. Or is it not Seeker? Yeah, I think it is Guardian and Seeker cards. And basically, you're using all the cards that you've got, so there's no deck building ability. So anyway, so now you've got 2 core sets, and you've got a bit more of an ability to stick in a few extra cards if you like a certain type of card. You can stick in an extra one which you maybe don't have, or you don't have in the core set. So that's what I did. But then I went to Singapore for a couple of days, and I found a very nice game shop there, Battle Bunker, and they had Path to Carcosa. I haven't played Dunwich Legacy yet, and Blood on the Altar, which is one of the small scenario packs of Dunwich Legacy. So I also read again on Board Game Geek what the best thing to do is, if you see these things, you should probably pick them up, because they go out of print and then you can't find them, then you're stuck halfway through a campaign, blah 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 blah. So I did. Got back here to Indonesia, unpacked the decks, or unpacked the sets, took out all the cards, the Investigator cards, and slung them together with the other cards. And wow, what a difference that makes. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's like it's a whole new game just opened up, because there's just so many options and decisions to be made. I mean, now when you level up, you've got there's so many cards you can pick, and then you've got to decide which card you want to remove, and I mean, it's like, if you imagine having one corset is like being in a sack race at school, okay? Your legs are in the sack, you're jumping up and down, you're stumbling around, falling over, but eventually you make it to the finish line. With two corsets and some expansions, then suddenly you've got two sacks, and you can put like a leg in each sack, and now you're running, and you can run to the finish line, and you do it a lot faster, a lot better. I mean, the analogy doesn't work with three sacks, because you haven't got three legs. Anyway, so now I'm playing my playthroughs you've probably seen on YouTube, and I'm using Skids and Daisy, and you've got these fantastic cards. Like, I mean, let's have a look. I mean, you've already got with is it Leo DeLuca? I mean, now you can sort of seed your cards with like 2 machetes, 2 Colts, 2 knives, 2 derringers, whatever you want. So you've got like 8, 10 weapons in your deck, and then you'll get a card that says you can, prepare for the worst. I mean, you've got this card here. Can you see? Yeah, this card here. And like now, suddenly you can search through the top 9 cards of your deck, and now with that amount of weapons in there, you're going to get something. I mean, the chances of you're not getting anything is well, I'm no mathematician, but it's low. When you've got 8 weapons in there, and you're picking basically a third of your deck off in one go, you're going to find a weapon, and suddenly you're tooled up, and you're not struggling, and you've got what you need at the right time, and you can get them into play. And then I mean, already, I mean, for example, Daisy's already got like an Investigator 5, and then she can, in the core set, you've got the magnifying glass, which gives you a 6, and you've got Professor Milan Christopher, who gives you another +1, and suddenly you're on like 7, and or more, and then Daisy's like a clue hoovering demon, and then if she gets into trouble because her fight ability is only 2, big fucking deal, because now you've got Skids who can steam in, and he's got the machete in one hand, he's got the beat cop, so he's got a fight of 3, so then he's got a +1 for the beat cop. Then if there's only one enemy engaged with him, he's got another +1, and he's got 5, and he's like steams over like some roaring 20s Terminator and kicks some tentacles ass. I don't know if tentacles have asses or... Anyway, so basically that's what I'm trying to say. It's like for me it's like a whole different game, and now I feel like I've done a run through tonight of the second scenario in the Outsider campaign, the fan created scenario by Carl Stevens, and I mean, I really wish I'd recorded it. I mean, it was real edge of your seat stuff. I couldn't believe it. At one point I needed an extra action, and like Skids he gets an extra action either if he's got the right ally in place, which is Leo DeLuca, which I didn't, but you can spend 2 resources, and I just needed an extra action just to kill this enemy before it gave me a shitload of damage, which was probably going to kill me. It definitely was going to kill me, by the way. And when I drew on my last action, I drew the fight action, which if I hit it would have left the enemy with 1 hit point. I drew the Elder Sign, which gives me a +2 resources if I successfully complete that test, and I did. So I got an extra 2 resources, and that allowed me to take an extra action. And then I realised that I could discard the beat cop and just use that action to kill the enemy. And like, whoa, and we're straight. It's like things like that. And like towards the end, I was literally I needed to do a certain skill test, and I just managed to. The cards I had left would get me like 1 over that test, but I was using standard settings, so I knew I got some -4s in there, and I did it, and it was just it's one of those times where I really wish I'd recorded it, compared to some of the other shit playthroughs I've done, where I mean, no reflection on the actual scenarios, they're great, it's my shit playing that's the problem. But now I feel like there's so many more options open, so that's why I've moved up to standard setting instead of easy. Before I just felt like there's no way I can move from easy, but now I feel like I can. I could even feel like I could move up 1 more from standard and go for whatever the next one is. So basically I've rambled on a lot, but what I'm saying is if you're on the fence, you've got one core set, you like the game, you don't want to jump down the rabbit hole, then just think again. I mean, don't not necessarily buy every set out there, but just buy a couple, just random ones. I don't think it really matters. Just buy a couple of the smaller expansion packs. Just get some more cards in your deck, and I think you'll find that if it's a game you like, it'll become a game you love. And that's certainly what's happening to me. I just want to play it all the time now, and I will be, because I'm doing nothing at nights. So I'm going to start my playthrough of the second campaign, second scenario in the Outsider campaign, probably later this week. And I know I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I mean, and the best thing is, once I get back home, which should be at the end of this month, I've already got there waiting for me Curse of the Rugru and the first 2 small expansions for Dunwich Legacy, and then I'm going to the UK beginning of next month, and I've got the Dunwich Legacy, the deluxe one there. So I'm going to have so many more cards to even add to my decks again, which is going to be fantastic. So yeah, that's my thoughts. And okay, I mean, they're not exactly in order in any particular. Yeah, they're not in order. So there you go. So anyway, thanks for listening, and I hope it's sort of made you think. If you, like I say, if you're on the fence, basically go and buy some expansions. It's worth it. Okay, bye for now.